nothing but hits.
Hey y'all, so I'm here, certified by Shay Davis. Y'all just seen me on Retro's World. Check it out. It was a good time. Thanks for having me.
My single I just put out, Shrooms, man. You on punk? That was my next question.
Hey y'all, what's up? This is Tutu from Retro's World, and I want to know the tea. Drop your tea in the comments so we can talk about it this week on Retro.
Rockin' steady beats, nothing but hits. Rockin' steady beats, nothing but hits. Rockin' steady beats, nothing but hits. Rockin' steady beats, nothing but hits.
Hey y'all, so I'm here, certified by Shay Davis. Y'all just seen me on Retro's World. Check it out. It was a good time. Thanks for having me.
My single I just put out, Shrooms, man. You on punk? That was my next question.
Hey y'all, what's up? This is Tutu from Retro's World, and I want to know the tea. Drop your tea in the comments so we can talk about it this
Rockin'
week on Retro.
steady beats, nothing but hits. Rockin' steady beats, nothing but hits. Rockin' steady beats, nothing but hits.
Hey y'all, so I'm here, certified by Shay Davis. Y'all just seen me on Retro's World. Check it out. It was a good time. Thanks for having me.
My single I just put out, Shrooms, man. You on punk? That was my next question.
Hey y'all, what's up? This is Tutu from Retro's World, and I want to know the tea. Drop your tea in the comments so we can talk about it this week on Retro.
Rockin' steady beats, nothing but hits. Rockin' steady beats, nothing but hits.
Studying it, not necessarily like trying to steal, but just trying to see how they organized it, how they put it together. How can I make mine better? So
That's how you gotta do it though, especially when it's not
Rockin'
really
steady
no set
beats, nothing but
guideline
hits.
for you. You just gotta watch the the few that came before you. So
especially like that video, like when he did it, I was like, damn, that's dope. And then it started making me
Rockin'
think
steady
of people.
beats,
See
nothing
how
but
they change.
hits.
How can we clean mine up? Make it better. And that was one of the things I seen. I like that. Take it to the next level. But yeah. We are back.
Rockin' steady
Retro World episode 27. This 27. I know y'all see some familiar faces, man. I know just last week we was on this thing, episode 26. We had my boy Ned come through. You know,
What's happening? What's happening with you?
ZippSquad.
You know.
what I mean? But we had to run it back. You know what I mean? So much that happened over the week. You know what I mean? South by Southwest, all kind of stuff. So I wanted to tap back in with you to get like, you know what I mean? Just like a little recap. What's going on? I felt like you had I'm pretty sure you have a lot to say. You got some experiences, you know, some stuff. So, you know, so we running it back. Appreciate everybody who done tuned in, man. That's what's going on. So if y'all looking on here like, damn, when he just here last week? Yeah, he was here last week.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you for having me on here, Retro, for sure,
Nah,
man.
So, hey, man, did you enjoy last week, though?
It was
smooth?
productive, man. It was productive.
I'm talking about the show. Like, just
Oh
come
yeah,
here last week.
yeah. The vibe, the whole atmosphere of it, man. It's a different, you know, it's a step up for me in my experience of it. So it's just getting in that whole experience, you know, doing it with like-minded individuals like ourselves, you know. And like I told y'all at the end last time, we figuring it out as we go. So for it to be at the level it is, and we're all learning these pieces, it's phenomenal.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
Appreciate
for
that,
sure.
man. But before we get started, this week music was still brought to you by my boy Rocksteady Beats, man. Y'all definitely tap in with my boy Rocksteady Beats. He been in the studio cooking up crazy lately, y'all. He always send me some beats. You know, he always send me music, so I'm always posting, man. That's my boy forever. Like I said, tap in with him. Rocksteady Beats. If you like the beats, the instrumental that was played in the beginning on the intro, hey, that's my boy. Tap in. Artists tap in. Other producers tap in. He ready to work, man. He hungry. He ready to get it in. But like I always say,
sir.
before we even get off into it, we like to tap on the mental health. That's always important. I never want to change that. So, how your mental health been, bro, since last weekend? Everybody who that's tuning in, drop in the comments, man. Let me know how y'all mental health been.
Let them know in the comments, man. Mine's it's been good, you know, fortifying, just, you know, hunkering down on the you know, the standards I've been setting recently for myself, and just sticking to the, you know, to the grindstone, you know, for more or less. And for me, it's knowing that even through that process, it might be them low days. You know, it's just taking it in stride, learning how to say, okay, I know this is not my best day, but it's another day if I just keep doing this day.
For sure.
So it's been better, more consistent.
No, for sure.
What about yours?
It's still been, it's like a little continuation of last week. It's still going through the process. But
Yeah.
like I said last week, you know, we still here. We still
Still
rocking.
here.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We still going.
Facts.
But, you know what I mean? We pushing through.
Facts.
I appreciate everybody. Like I said last week, you know what I mean? Everybody who done tapped in with me. Everybody who been in my corner. Everybody, you know what I mean? Just everybody just been a part of the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And
you
the
know what I
ugly,
mean? You
yeah.
take it all. You know what I mean? You got to take it all as life. So I just appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? But we pushing through. You know what I mean? We here to still drop good content. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Still to push towards the bigger goals. So I'm happy, bro. Like I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Definitely feel better than last week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So let's keep pushing. Like what's up in the comments? Like I said, leave in the comments how y'all feeling, man. Like, share. You know what I mean? Comment. We on Retro World episode 27, man.
Yes, sir.
27. We coming along. We got my boy Ned back in the building. Like I told y'all, man. We back in here to cook some more up. What's up, my tune in and my number one supporter? How you doing, ma? I ain't talked to you in a minute, but yeah, I'll hit you up when I get up out of here. Let's see. Shout out to Tutu, man. Like I told y'all, Tea with Tutu. I know y'all missed Tutu on the show. Everybody been hitting me up, asking what Tutu had. Man, she been out. Our son got a track meet on Wednesdays, man. They out there on the track right now as we speak, you know what I mean? But she'll be back beginning of April, and I think she's going to kick off April, her birthday in April. I think she has something special for you guys. I don't know,
There you
man.
go. Be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. I don't know what's going on. She said she has something cooking up for April, man. She want to bring April with a bang, so I know how she do it. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But yeah, shout out to Tutu. Let's get off into the interview, man. Like I said, we just gonna kick it, bro. Just like a recap of last week, you know, just getting back to it.
Fine.
For the people who didn't tune in last week, if we got some new viewers, just give them a quick rundown of who you are, where you from, and then we'll jump off into some more.
Cool. So I go by Ned. I run a blog out here known as ZippSquad ENT. It's a collective blog. We just focus on promotion for the creative, whether you write, make music, you know, produce music, You know, you just are a short script writer for movies, whatever it is out here. If you have, basically, you put time towards and it's a craft, that's what the blog is for. And that's what I do. My whole purpose is just trying to provide a positive platform for people that look like me or look closer to me than not, for them to feel comfortable to express, to collaborate, and to network. So that's really what I'm about.
That's what's up, bro. And where you from? Where you from?
I'm from everywhere. I was born in Conroe, and my mom was military, so I jumped around right after I was born. So Central Texas is what I call home.
CTX. Shout out to the CTX.
Whole
Man.
fo.
Definitely. And how did the whole blogging thing come about? Did you start off a blogger? Did you start off in music? Did you start off somewhere else? How did the whole ZippSquad come about?
It started as kind of just an idea. And so that's part of why I allow for just any type of creative, because even myself, it didn't start with just, oh, let's promote music and news. I tried to make music at one point. I think most of the bloggers that exist tried or still are trying to make music. Mm-hmm. And I had enough foresight to say, this either isn't going to be for me long term, or I know that what I need to do isn't going to necessarily be the one making the music. It may be something around it, but I already knew then that wasn't going to be what I was doing. So I'd already stepped back from it, and I was doing like creative stuff like painting, you know, working on graphics, stuff like that. And it kind of just meshed with the lack of having that out here.
Right.
You know, I would waste time with the homeboys and be painting and stuff, and I'm scrolling on my phone. And at the time, that's when Sean Cotton came out with Say Cheese. And so I'm just kind of doing my thing, and I'm like, man,
shout out to Say Cheese.
It's not no avenues for me with my painting. I'm trying to promote, you know, graphic design. There's really nowhere for me to push it to. I would just have to build something myself, and then just people would have to know me. Yeah. But there's nowhere like a directory, no source where I can be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. It can go here. And so that's where the idea of ZippSquad came from.
Gotcha. And what year was that? So how long you been doing it?
The idea, that first came about in like 2015,
gotcha.
2016. And it actually got formed to where it's a page, I think, in 2017. I had it on my graphics page before. That monster killing me. I had it on my graphics page before, and I was doing that and still doing graphics. And I said, you know what? It's time to kind of separate the two and really focus on the blog. And that's when ZippSquad ENT finally came about. And, I mean, it took off. It took a minute to take off, but once it started to kind of cook, you know, I wake up every day with 100, 200 engagements of some kind, whether it's likes, comments, messages, you know, people asking for an interview now or some type of something with the blog. So it's definitely picking up steam now.
Gotcha. Is the interviewing thing something rarely new that you started doing, or you been doing the interviews as well?
I've been offering the interviews, but it's been a slippery slope, because you want to do things, you know, you want to open things up. At least for me at the beginning, it's free. So that's how I tried to do it. But then you have people that start to kind of, you know, it's their time still, so they still start to play with it.
For sure.
And that was what I ran into a lot at first, is I would book a lot of content or a lot of stuff, and then people would just flake, or, hey, bro, I'll catch you here. It became I'm chasing the tail at some point. Yeah. So it kind of depends on how I present it. But the interviews, I've been doing them for like I think 2 years. I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
I got Twig in first, and he had reached out to me, and he was serious. He reached out. I want to say he dropped bread for it. He was real focused on getting it in, came in with his people, came in, got it done. Real nice, got in and got out. And then after, it was like I was telling you before, people have to kind of acknowledge other people saying that this is where you need to go. Mm-hmm. And so after that, I started picking up a few, you know, more notable artists. And so over time, people are starting to go back and see it and be like, okay, now he done did A, B, C, D, and E. Maybe he a little more credible. I might want to go tap in with him. So just over time, man.
I was about to say that.
A lot of people don't do it long enough to see that show for itself. You just got to keep going.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. Is it getting to the point where, you know what I mean, people hitting you up for the interviews? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You ain't really so much reaching out per se to people, you know what I mean?
It's a nice feeling, I ain't gonna lie.
No, for sure. And I definitely know that feeling, because, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, when I was doing the podcast at the crib, you know what I mean, people was reaching out, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, you know, I ain't gonna say wasn't too much people. It was more of me reaching out, you know what I mean? And people's fucking with it, you know, because, you know, just who I am, you know what I mean? Yeah, I do. But, you know, now it's getting to the point where It's like, all right, hold on, guys. You know what I mean? I'm doing it once a week. Everybody can't get on the show.
They got schedule it. It's a process.
Like
now.
it's a process.
Exactly.
So it's a good feeling. You know what I mean? To know that people messing with the movement, and it's it's because of the quality, it's the good content and all that. It's the work that I'm putting in.
Facts.
So I definitely feel that. Man, we just came off like, I don't know if people understand that we in Central Texas, maybe right here by Austin, is like they held definitely like one of the biggest music festivals, like I ain't gonna say, I guess in the world, you know what I mean? It's one of them, you know what I mean? Like literally down the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right down the way.
right down the way. Give us a recap. I seen you out there in the mix before last episode. You was telling me you was gonna get down there and get in the mix, knock a few interviews out, you know what I mean? Get your network on. Like, how did that go? You know what I mean? How was the experience?
I didn't get quite as many interviews as I wanted. That was a learning experience also. I'm going to plug real quick.
Yeah, do you think?
I got some little business cards made for South by. It was a cool little experience, though. Like I said, it was a learning lesson. So I went to the first event. It was great. Got down, hit the ground running, networked with a lot of artists, bloggers, creatives. And the problem really wasn't so much as it was just my battery. My battery ended up dying or getting close to dying. I had a charger, but the charger charged, like a snail. So I wasn't able to have it fully ready how I wanted to, and so I just didn't even do the second event. I met Tune, and showed face and spoke to him and things like that, made the connection, but I wasn't able to go to the last one. But I still made a lot of good connections with a lot of solid artists and creatives out there. And it was cool, man. It was my first time where I didn't go as just a bystander. ZippSquad was expected to be in the building.
Right.
I just went in and told them. They checked the guest list, which was cool for me. That ain't something I'm used to.
Right.
Checking the guest list. That's for me. That's different. Yeah, and my lady was there with me too. She got in as well, and she got some great behind the scenes footage of me. She's the reason why I got them fire little posts. So shout out to Baby for that one.
Shout out.
And it was good, man. It was real good overall.
That's what's up, bro. What you had any like highlights? You know what I'm saying? Any highlights?
Really, the business cards, man. I'm gonna show them one more time because I'm lit. I be lit about the little things, man. I'm really just lit about the business cards because, for us, we doing different things now. We starting to elevate, and it's a different side of the business. You know what I mean? Showing everything, and hold on. Showing everything, and getting everything done. So it's just important for me that we get them done and we get them up. So when I went down there and got them and everything was locked in and I was like, okay, this is real. We get down there and we start schmoozing and meeting the different people and seeing the different places they're from and what they have to offer and what I have to offer for them. And seeing that even some of the people that had more still seeing the value in what I have to offer, for me, that was one of the nicest things about it.
That's what's up, bro. I'm definitely glad you grabbed that from that. I kind of had the experience my first time. I think my first time South by Southwest was like 2017.
Yeah.
And like you said, it can get overwhelming at the same time too, though. You know what I mean? Because it is a lot of people. You know what I mean? And then it's like everybody trying to work, and that's the part I think I like. Everybody's out there trying to work. Everybody trying to get off. Everybody trying to show their showcase or show their talents. So it was definitely a move if you was a creator, if you was an artist, if you just had anything going on, like that was the place to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It definitely was. Even if it was just to go out and just catch a vibe. Not even if you had something going on, if you just wanted to catch a vibe. I think the vibe was good. I didn't hear nothing about, no. I mean, of course, gonna be some fights,
Yeah.
Bunch of liquor and people, bro.
Rage,
It's gonna be some fights, but it wasn't no killings, wasn't no shootings.
Right.
I ain't hear no stabbings. I mean, I'm all for a good beating up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can get it on, but all that other stuff,
all the other
bro.
shit,
leave that at the crib.
Yeah,
man.
leave that. You know what I mean? People here to have a good time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that was good to hear that nobody, there was none of that going on.
Exactly. I noticed this year too, because I think last year was one of the first ones back from COVID, and so a lot of Texas artists were a little more reluctant. But it was so many artists, man. And I wasn't even out late. I was out during the daytime. And just to see the amount of artists from Texas come out and really, like you said, just putting in work, getting in the video performances, hitting the ground, networking with the larger artists. And I think that's cool. I think it's important that you come down and you know, put a face to a name. That's what I told Tune. You know, just putting a face to a name, it just helps build that rapport.
Relationship.
Yeah, that rapport over time with them. So
I definitely seen one thing I did notice. I don't think it was so much of a lot of big name artists there this year. It was more of the, I don't know how to really put it, like lower.
I would just say more underground.
Underground. That's
or
what
I wouldn't even underground, because
I like
I was gonna say
underground.
indie, but some of them are signed too. It's just the ones that
I
are
like underground.
for the region. I would say they're more regional.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
But yeah, there was a lot of them, and that's one thing I like about them is that they didn't act too big for themselves either and try to, you know, be the big celebrity. They was out touching the ground and touching elbows with their fans and likewise artists, and so I thought that was super fire. Sauce was showing love at Tune event. All the artists that was there was showing love, you know, and it was a cool thing to see so much so close be able to do it productively, you know what I'm saying, and not have nothing pop off like you said.
Nah, shout out to everybody who had something going on South by Southwest, all the promoters, all the venues, all the people, everybody came out. You know, I hope y'all had a good time, man, and yeah, definitely be out there next year, you know what I mean, and get things going. I think one of the things you would say that you would need for South by Southwest is to be more prepared.
Yeah.
You
Be
know
more
what I'm saying?
prepared.
Be more prepared, you know what I mean? Like now you know what you're going into. You know what I mean? Maybe I need 2 phones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
an extra battery, charger, little thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because I know how that feel. Like, damn, my battery about to die. Like, damn, I don't even want to be out here without no phone.
Yeah.
I might as well go home.
Yeah, and see, in a sense, I kind of beat myself over the head about that too, because after the fact, I said, man, well, I really didn't need it. You know, I had the cards, I had self, but part of it was having the content because you know that's that's part of what I do. So for me, without having that biggest piece of the pie, I was just like, you know what, I'll cut my losses. It'll be better to come through with them and their whole collective if I can have a whole package, being able to provide the content too. So
no,
yeah.
But like you said, now you know how to attack it next year.
Facts,
you know what I mean? Like,
facts. Come the right way, not the light way.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I noticed, I be on your page, like I said, man, I be tapped in. You know what I mean? And I noticed a chick, she had said something to you about why you always posting negativity on your page and woo woo woo. You know what I mean? And I like how you had just handled the scenario. So when you get negativity coming to your page, because it happens, you know what I mean? Everybody just ain't gonna be happy with everything.
Right.
You post. Somebody gonna find something to say about something. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's how I kind of felt that she was, you know what I mean? It was one of them scenarios.
Yeah.
So how do you handle those type of scenarios when they do come?
I just try to communicate, and that's what I was telling you earlier. That was actually the person I mentioned that I said I feel challenged. You know, the overall content of what was coming out, and it's not that I'm gonna change anything per se, but when someone who is tapped in addresses you, and I am at this point, I'm okay with taking it with a grain of salt. And it's funny because we ended up going into the messages about it because she had said that it was all negative. So I sent her in response stuff from the last week or so that wasn't all the different types of content, because she had mentioned that I only posted 2 types. And so we just had a conversation, and it ended up kind of coming out to where we were both, I guess I would say, content. I don't really consider it an argument. I really didn't even consider it negative. I think she just had time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, and just wanted to say something about something because she knew that she could get a response, if that makes sense.
Trust me.
Because I asked her, and she took it that I was upset, and I wasn't. I was like, do you ever contact your local news about what they should post? You know, and she was like, well, you should know that wouldn't be something that I would do. And I was like, well, I mean, I do it. I've reached out to KWTX. I've emailed them. If I'm a regular, everyday person, and you're saying that you're the same type of person, and you're showing that you're engaged, why would I not assume that, or at least think into that space? So, like I said, we just had a general conversation about it. And, you know, at the end of the day, I know that it's not all negative. And then that was another thing, too, that she mentioned was she was like, I'm up early in the mornings to see the news. Well, respectfully, that is in Austin. And if you get up and check the news, which is what I do to really get a lot of my news, that was really just the news that day.
Right.
It's a lot of just negative stuff that happened. So it just happened to be luck of the draw in that situation. So I didn't really take it no type of way, but when negativity does come, I just try to communicate, man. You know, at the end of the day, worst coming to worst, you won't understand, and then we'll just have to agree to disagree.
No.
You know, I've had that happen a few times where it'll just stonewall, and then that's it. But they'll still come back and tap in with the page because it's just like sometimes you don't have to agree. You know what I'm saying?
You go to one situation like you said, they just had time today.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Let me just say something just because I ain't got nothing else going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was kind of like some, you know, pointers of being a blogger. You know, definitely got to know how to handle those type of situations because
Right.
you can lose it. Like, I feel like that's kind of how, you know, DJ Academics is kind of losing his kind of feel because I kind of feel like you don't know how to handle people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you get to talking crazy, and I get it. Sometimes you can be right, but sometimes you got to have tact when you do things. You
That's
know
a
what I mean?
great word to use. Tact.
You definitely got to
Exactly.
have tact when you do things. And I feel like he don't have tact. You know what I mean? And after a while, people just get tired of that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm just tired of that energy. So, you know, I feel like that's one of the good pointers for a up and starter blogger. You know what I mean? Learning how to handle people because you're dealing with the people.
Just learning how to take it in stride. You know, we're not the news, but you also have to kind of approach it similarly.
But to me, that y'all the news, bro.
Yeah.
As Draymond say, y'all the new media.
Yeah.
This is new media. This is new media.
And I agree too. And I just feel like with a lot of us, we have to learn how to, in a sense, move like them. You know, you don't get on their website and they're not responding to every comment.
Right.
You know, whoever's at work is just clocked in to do their obligation. You know, when I came in, I told myself this was more of obligations I'm going to learn to provide and then make sure I provide them. So I know as long as I'm doing those things that people can have their opinions, but I don't necessarily have to read into them. You know, I just had time, you know, and also felt it was something that could be communicated as well. You know, we people, sometimes you just may not understand, or it just may be something that y'all have different ideas about. It just takes the communication, you know.
Another thing that I've seen that I wanted to chop it up about. Have you heard that? Have you seen or heard about this new? I'm not all the way 100% sure what it is. If you tuned in and you know about it, please leave it in the comments. But this new AI technology that's coming out, where if I ain't mistaken, I think the Google version of it is called like Bard or something like that. It's like where you can like type in anything like, hey, what's McDonald's business plan?
Yeah.
And like
just
2
make up
minutes, they
something.
gonna send it to you and say, hey, this is McDonald's business plan. You know what I mean? You can type in, I have an event Friday for my podcast, and it's gonna chop up you a quick little caption for your podcast. You know what I mean? So it's like, I need a paper written for XYZ. It's gonna do it like right then.
15 minutes, you good.
You good to go. You know what I mean? So one of a good friend of mine that brought it up to me, you know what I mean? And then I was mentioning it to my wife, and she was like, yeah, I got the email asking me to be a tester for it. You know what I mean? So then
Oh, snap.
my homegirl, it was crazy, that's La Aqua, that's in the comments, she got like a program similar to it. So I went up there and I chopped it up with her. So she was like, if you see the last caption that I posted, I was like, it's a new hump day, something new. That come from that. I just typed in Retro World Wednesday and it gave me a whole little thing. I was like, damn.
Wow.
So that's dope. You know what I mean? It kind of creates those good captions and to give you the hashtags kind of for you. And it's like quick. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's cheating the system on a blogger standpoint?
I don't think it's cheating the system. I think it's one of those things where we're kind of past the point of no return. I'm somber with certain things, you know, and I know we all made the iRobot jokes and stuff like that. But for me, seeing how fast it's advanced lets me know that we're kind of past that point. Like my lady said, and maybe this is just her phone or whatever, but she was saying that now, say for instance, I'm at the crib watching TV like Hulu or Netflix, and I get on like Snapchat, and you try to record, it's gonna send a black screen now because your phone can pick up that you're trying to record something copyrighted.
Gotcha.
And I think that goes hand in hand with the AI. And so what's happening is basically we're starting at point A and we're asking AI to take us to point D, and it's filling in that space. We're just giving AI all that extra knowledge.
Right.
And the reason why I say I'm somber with it is because I saw this post not even a month ago. It's probably the last time we was on here last week. And it said that at the rate where AI was then, if you look at pictures, AI, you know it's AI because AI can't create hands yet. I don't know if you've seen that new post that went viral the last couple of days. It's like AI generated photos of Trump getting arrested. It's more realistic hands. So in a 2-week time span, AI has learned how to create hands. It took humanity a long time to learn how to finalize some hands. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing, is that it's just moving real fast. I don't have a problem with it, but it's gonna move to a point where we're not gonna be able to do anything. And we're just thinking about it in the sense of innovation. I'm cool with innovation, but we need to start assessing what the stop loss is for the forward step. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely agree.
It's one of them things with the content. I think it's great. I've seen some crazy stuff. I saw a dude make like a whole short anime film with AI because they did the screen reflect or whatever, and then they linked it to some AI system, and so all the surrounding effects, like in the background, how it's like leaves, they can make it to where that looks like a waterfall or something with the AI.
Gotcha.
And so we could be sitting in here, middle of a city, but we could be doing like an old Celtic themed movie. They put a fork up and it's a sword.
Yeah.
And it's just that kind of stuff. That's gonna, once we get to the point of like real augmented reality, virtual reality, and stuff like that with like the glasses, the brain chip, it's gonna meld a lot of stuff.
I agree, bro. And we, like you said, we like damn near there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're
Like,
almost there.
that video thing, like you said, that ain't no different than being on Facebook trying to play a song and they be like, nah, that's such and such song playing in the background. You know what I mean? So I can see, and that's gonna stop the bootlegging, and that's what that is. Though.
Yeah,
they're
that's
just trying
facts.
to cut down on the bootlegging. People overseas recording it off the TV, off the
That's
phone.
true too.
and
That's true.
They just trying to control that. You know what I mean? So they can put $1 on it. You know what I mean?
That's what. Yeah.
that's
true
how I
too.
see it. You know what I mean?
Get their money back
They
in
just trying to
their
get-
pocket.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see now they charge you for the sharing your password on Netflix and all that.
Everything now,
They catching
bro.
up on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everything.
Everything that we thought was a little finesse. Oh, I can just log in on everybody TV and be good. Nah, you good for like 2.
Yeah. You're out of there. You're gone.
Then you gone. Or they'll start just logging everybody out.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy.
Nah, it is though. But yeah, that's that new that AI, man. Like, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Google got one. It's called the Bard, I think. Apple finna come out with one, a little program. There's one out already that, like I said, my homegirl Aqua uses. I can't think of the name of it, but it works, bro. It was pretty cool to me. It helps me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using it. You know what I mean?
Got
Wake up
to.
in the morning. Hey, you know what I mean? I can just
It saves you
recap
some
something.
time.
Man,
Yeah.
a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
It's like I was telling him, it's good for, if you want to pre-do your posts, pre-schedule your posts. I can go ahead and put the picture, get the caption, go on, picture, caption, and I'm going for the day. And I'm kind of reluctant with the pre-post. I like posting myself when I feel like it.
It makes you feel like you're more engaged with it yourself.
Yeah.
But then I learned, and I'm starting to learn more and keep my mind on it too, is that you do have to keep your ear tapped to it because it's your baby in that sense. But you have to step back from it and let the vehicle run itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once it starts, you can't be going in and checking all the pieces all the time. As far as scheduling goes, because I know I'm the same way. I'll post or I'll schedule posts, and I catch myself right after a post going to look at it. It's already it's up doing its thing, brother. Just let it just let it rock. Yeah, let it rock out.
Another thing I've noticed, like I said, since last week, man, like, you really been doing your thing. You know what I mean? Progressing in the streets. Making a difference. Tell me about these Cypher Saturdays, man. I seen you promoting it.
Excited.
I seen you, first I think you said it was April, then y'all pushing it back to May.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give you more time to work it, you know what I mean? Get everything, the logistics right, and make sure, everything fall in place. So, speak on that, man. Let people know what you got going on.
So Cypher Saturdays is coming up. It's coming up the first weekend in May. I believe that's going to be the 6th. Artists, vendors, producers, food trucks. If you're interested in sponsorship, we have all that available. Pricing is available if you're interested. And then all the available info is also, all the info is also available if you're interested. And it's something I've wanted to do for a while. I tried to get a Cypher going last year. That kind of fell through. And so just teaming up with Space Create to help provide that consistency with it, and the location and all that. I think it's going to be real great. I'm really optimistic for it. it's a lot of talent out here, man. So I'm hoping that, we can bring them out, drop some of the animosity for a minute, and we can learn to come get to a little bag together, because it'll start adding up. It's just like the blog and just like everything else. It just has to get started first.
Yeah, for sure.
Once it gains some traction, a little bit of visibility, through the city and through the different communities, I think it'll be something that's really looked forward to. You know what I mean? Same way people look forward to the Drink Champs and the Kill Tonys and the Wing Show. You know what I'm saying? All them different shows. I think it can be something that's interactive the same way, that's entertaining, that's engaging. And that it's consistent. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, if y'all interested, tap in with me. Tap in with the J Hope on Instagram. Tap in with Space Create Studios if you want to go through one of those outlets as well. But we all have the information available, so y'all tap in for sure.
For sure. Hey, man, definitely tap in, man. Like I said, when I said that's dope. You know what I mean? The cipher thing, is it just going to be just straight freestyling?
So the way
people coming in performing personal songs, the
way that we've been brainstorming it is that we're gonna reach out to some producers, try to work some partnerships, things of that nature, to get a beat selection together. Real nice, just array of beats for them, and basically it's gonna be like a cipher, man. We're gonna let them know. You guys will see how the promotion goes for it. So basically, you'll get a little teaser to get an idea, but you won't get too much to where you can come in and just, make a song. Gotcha. We might throw a little curve in you. The DJ might throw a little remix in it, but you'll get an idea of the beat selection and beat type, and then you're going to just come and let it rip, man. We're going to do prizes. I'm not sure what type of prizes yet. I'm sure we're going to try to do like a first, second, and third of some type, or at least a first. But we're going to do prizes. We're going to have, opportunities there to network. And to increase your visibility. Like I said, it's really good for the city. It's really good for Central Texas, and really for downtown, man. It's a lot of talent out here, and we just trying to find ways to, turn the lights back on out here for people like us. So y'all tap in, y'all come get this work. You ain't got to go to Austin, you ain't got to go to Dallas, you ain't got to go to Houston. You can come right down the street. You can go get your whole day done and clean. Come right down the street and come pop it off. So let's get into it, guys.
For sure. It's definitely a new wave of stuff going on in the city of Killeen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it's definitely entrepreneurs, is tapping in. I definitely want to extend and say, hey, bro, anything you need from me, Retro World, you know what I mean, on your Saturday to make that, successful, let me know.
Appreciate that.
You said you was doing prizes, hey, let one of the prizes definitely be a interview.
Awesome.
Know what I mean, with Retro World.
You heard it here.
You know what I mean?
You heard it here. You just got a little extra treat. First place might get you a little appearance on Retro's World. So if you're interested, man, tap in. The tickets are very affordable. This is something we've thought about and are putting together for the local artists, not the, I put 20,000 on a chain artist, or I just, cash out on the whip. This is for the artists that still got some bills they might have to pay or have, life to deal with. It ain't. You got to pay to play, but we're going to make sure it's something that you're going to get your full value of it. You're going to get the experience. You're going to, like I said, get the exposure. And you're getting your foot in the door with a really substantial business, and really something cool for the collective and for the city of Killeen,
That goes back to one of the questions, stuff that I was saying last episode, what I mean? Stuff like this is like changing the culture of Killeen, you know what I mean? What are some of the things that you think we can continue to do, and some of the things that you are doing, to help change that culture?
I'm studying. I'm trying to put certain things in my mind together so they can play out. But one thing I think is important, I don't speak on it much because they like to put certain words on certain people when they say certain things. But I think one thing is just community activism in a sense.
Yeah.
Policing ourselves, coming together as a community at large, and just kind of creating something. I saw something. It's propaganda-ish that I saw online, but it still kind of threw up a flag, and it was a picture of it was a room full of 40 Chinese kids. They probably no more than 3, and I'm talking about the same way you wake up and turn your phone on and log in. They taking apart and putting together back a pistol. All of them.
I seen that.
And so for me, I'm like, I'm not saying that. But,
I definitely seen it.
Let's get some community drills going, bro. Let's get some tactical awareness going. Let's get some situational awareness going. Let's get some, group awareness going. Let's get some stuff that is that maybe the mainframe curriculum isn't getting to us that we still need. You know, as men, as media reps, let's start putting that kind of stuff together and presenting it to our people so they can start taking it in. Even if they don't do nothing with it, man, it's about knowing that they can do something, you know, and knowing, just having the knowledge out there so they can make that choice.
And like I said, and it start with us, bro. So
Yeah, facts.
we definitely, like I said, we'll chop it up outside of this, because there's definitely some moves that I want to make in that in this city, in that aspect. Like I said, I feel like there's a new wave of stuff going on in Killeen, and you know what I mean. And thanks to people like Space Create, you know what I mean, giving us creators the opportunity to push our content out. You know what I mean? I feel like, especially now, we're like one of the forefront runners of this movement.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we definitely got to keep, putting this content out, doing right, and bringing this community together so we can shine, bro.
And like I said on the last one, man, you'll do it long enough, man. You'll start motivating yourself. I wake up, even today, I had a dude hit me that I met at South by Southwest, and just off of the strength of my presentation, he I guess knows the Say Cheese team. I guess he's done promotion with them. And long story short, he was like, Sean called my manager and said that they'll give me a discount because of the presentation of the post.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because it looked so well, the wording was nice on the captions, things like that. So even little things like that, I didn't get nothing out of it. He still got to probably pay money. But at the same time, just to see that it associating with ZippSquad added so much value. I mean, the discount on the rate, I mean, that's an apartment payment.
True.
When you break it down, I'm just not throwing his numbers out there like that. So for me, it's stuff like that that's motivational, because I can physically see, even if it's not a dollar amount, I can physically see the impact that it's having positively on people. I like to see that. I don't want to be out here wasting people's time. I don't want to be out here blowing smoke up nobody's ass in that sense. I want to make sure, you get what you see, and what I say is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And then following through on that.
That's what I got to stand on it, bro.
Yeah, factuals.
That's what's up, bro. Let's get on. We're getting towards the end of the interview. Like I said, man, I appreciate you coming back and doing this again, man.
It's awesome.
It's been nothing but love, bro. Especially, like I said, I appreciate you for understanding. And like I said, we here. I just want to touch on the one little topic before we get off here, man. It's everywhere. You know what I mean? I know everybody that's seen it. It's flooding, like, everybody timeline. The shit is damn near probably on CNN. You know what I mean? How much is, you know what I mean? It's been out, man. 6ix9ine then got caught slipping. You know what I mean? And they did beat the brakes off that boy. Can't even say they didn't. You know what I mean?
He got it. Yeah.
He definitely got
some work.
He got some work on it. How do you feel about that, bro? Because I done seen so many people. I done seen people happy about it. I done seen people mad about it. You know what I mean? So I just want to know what your outtake on that.
Sometimes it's best to keep your opinion to self. So I think personally that's why I didn't really post. I posted Hollywood Unlocked posting it, and then I asked people to give me their response and their thoughts. It's a double-edged sword for me. I do think he got what he deserved, but excuse me. At the same time, why were we so ecstatic to celebrate this man his ass beating? You know what I mean? Why was the focus so much on the fact that he did us wrong after we let him in? The label. This wasn't like I got put into a bad contract, now I'm doing this, that, and the third, like most artists. The New York area people was the one that put him in his position because they wanted a dollar sign, because they wanted a bigger end game. And so now we're getting to the end of this, and we're starting to get the effects of that decision. Well, same way I tell my lady, I'm a source of the problem kind of person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, I was glad he got it, but at the same time, I didn't really care that it was broadcasted like that. I don't really care if he gets beat up, because it's more actual problems that came from that and that it stemmed from that I think we need to address. You know what I'm saying? Like, why was it so easy for someone outside of our culture to be accepted in that easily in the first place, to then disrespect our culture?
Facts.
And the attack apparently was with his own people. Apparently, he disrespected some baseball players that were Puerto Rican, and he said he wasn't Puerto Rican. So that's what I saw that was for. The dudes was Puerto Rican or new dudes Puerto Rican.
And that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
It wasn't even black people. You know what I mean?
So
and
I think I don't know, man. And see, that's important for me too. That now that I'm thinking about it, it wasn't even brothers that beat him up. So why is so many brothers excited? Y'all
Facts.
didn't even go ride on him. Y'all just been talking and watching.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was at. At once I seen who did it, I'm like, damn, it wasn't even one of us. You know what I mean? That could have been some old other. They ain't got nothing to do with it. And like you said, that seemed like that was over some baseball shit. Because he was at the baseball game.
Popping it, bro. I'm
He
talking
popping
about.
it. So that ain't even had nothing to do with the snitching and the new. You know, they had nothing to do with that. But we celebrating that. And then what people saying, you know, and it was done in Florida. You know what I mean? And that's done in Florida, but we still have Zimmerman. You know what I mean? So that's why I was trying to see who's done it. At the end of the day, that ain't no Puerto Rican battle. The Zimmerman case, so that you can just take that, you know, that narrative is out the window.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That was just literally the Puerto Ricans roll for they country. Oh, you popping off?
And that's something. And that's what that's something we need to get into, man. We were really quick to crash out. At the end of the day, y'all will say it's for these groups, but it be for self. We got to really learn how to get back together and say this is for the group of the people I'm around, not just because I feel really mad about the situation. Now, they were really mad about the situation, but they put it to where the people that did what they did said they was willing to go sit down for whatever they had to go sit down for the collective of their people, not just for how they felt at the moment. It's a difference, you know.
No, it is.
So.
It definitely is. Like I said, I just wanted to touch on that, man, because that shit's been everywhere. Every time I get online, man, it's
Bro,
flooding my timeline, bro. Like, they even put the little Martin head on top of the dude. Remember when
Yeah,
Martin got beat
yeah,
up?
I ain't gonna lie, that had me in tears.
Hey, that
bro.
definitely had me in tears, but that shit was funny. I was like, bro, the internet wins again. They always win. But like I said, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up, bro. Again, bro, I definitely appreciate you stopping by again, man. You've been the only re-guest to come back, bro. It's a retro world first.
Let's go. Let's get it.
This a retro world first. Got any shout outs, bro?
Man, shout out to the team, like I said. And when I say team, it's just the people around me that, you know, keep me grounded and help me stay moving forward. So all the family, my girlfriend, Space Create Studios, your team, man. The guys over at Always Gone Live, you know, Chief Previous out there in Dallas. It's a laundry list, man. But the people that are around me supporting me, if I didn't name you, you see this, I'm talking about you too. So I appreciate all y'all that tap in and support, that repost, like, share, comment. You know, even if you just watch, you know, I do a yes or no poll, you vote no, that's cool too.
Yeah,
I appreciate it all. And just keep rocking with us, man. We're gonna keep everything rocking and rolling and moving. So.
yes, sir. Shout out to everybody who done tuned in tonight, man. Shout out to all the day ones, all the new people that's gonna be here. Shout out to Tutu, man. We miss you. Hurry up and come back, man. We need the tea, man. We've been missing the tea. Shout out Space Create. Shout out my boy Ed, man. Serious Films, man. Behind the scenes, making sure everything look good. Making sure we drop this dope, good quality content. Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to ZippSquad. Dropping goddamn. Always dropping dope content, you know what I mean? Keeping us engaged in what's in tune with the now, you know what I mean, the latest and greatest. And that's, like I said, that's who I check before I check a DJ Academics and a Say Cheese, you know what I mean? Or the news per se, because when I get up in the morning, you know, first thing people do, we gonna
Get on their phone.
we gonna look on their phone, you know what I mean? So
And that's one thing before we go. I'm gonna try to work on as a personal challenge is just, you know, doing my obligation more as a blogger. You know, I think part of what makes a blogger is their understanding of their influence. And, you know, as time goes on, I'm starting to understand it more. So just doing more for the outlets out here to put them in a position, you know, for the world to see them, you know. And it's studying, you know, I study the other blogs and things like that and see how they do things and how they word things or how they position things. And it's the media that helps push them to those next levels. You know, it's so many different podcasts and stuff that I've went to because of a local blog or, you know, a local city area blog. And I said, okay, they post them, let me tap in. So, you know, whether it's with Retro's World, you know I mentioned Always Gone Live, and there's so many others. Those are just the ones I know of. Just doing better and giving y'all that exposure, you know what I mean? Because I think it's important that these different outlets get highlighted. So I think that's my next personal challenge with the blog, man. But I do appreciate the time. And I appreciate you having me on here twice, man. It was a pleasure.
No, for sure, man. Hey, like I said, man, I appreciate everybody who tuned in, man. This is Retro World, episode 27. Another classic. We have my boy Ned stopped in, man. ZippSquad, man.
Another one.
Hey, as my boy DJ Khaled would say, another one.
There you go.
Hey, man, we out this month.
We out here. You're...
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'm a big praise, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I know my people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city cause we beat the streets. Trying to spread the wealth.